Hey guys, so I emptied out my rack so that I could do a nice quick little video about what actually sits in my rack whenever you guys are watching my videos or whenever I'm not playing lacrosse. This is just, I guess, a weapons rack video. It's not really necessarily my weapons of choice, but this is just what I use and what I have. So, well, what I use that I have, because I have a I have a number of other heads that I've collected, and they're not all top end expensive heads that everybody thinks that I have stored up. Like, I have a plethora of freaking Proton powers and stuff like that. I don't collect heads just so I can trade and sell them. I get what I need and what I want. So I don't want a bunch of heads, because then that just makes people want to break into my house and get better merchandise, but whatever. So to start off is my Evo TI POWMIA themed head with a red, white, and black leathered pita pocket. So kudos to Gary over at Grunt Lacrosse for doing an amazing dye job. I've already said it in the review of the head earlier, but every time I look at it, I just get a sense of pride that, hey, I served, I strung that, and then another soldier himself dyed it. And there's just a lot of passion and pride going into this head. And then it's on a STX Force Scandium with blue accents. And I decided that they would go good together because there's not a whole lot of blue going on with the shooters, because they're the 7.4 Gimalax fireworks shooters. So there's just a little bit of blue. Too much blue in this head would have kind of thrown it all off. So red and white with a little bit of blue throughout the stick. And then I have one of those gate end caps where you push it inside and then you push the cork through, and then it tightens, and then it never really comes off unless you push it all the way through and then pull it out. But I don't really plan on getting rid of this shaft anytime soon, so it doesn't really matter. And then I got a little bit of East Coast dyes crab tape with black crabs on it, and that's the first stick. Next up is my Nas X named Cobalt, all white plastic. I plan on changing that eventually. Not sure what I want to change it to yet. So, yeah, and then it's got Gimalax base raw mesh, but it's done up. It's coated by Nick over at DMG, so it's got his coating system in it. But he offers Stringer Shack and Gimalax raw mesh base material in order for him to make it completely custom for you. And then that's on my my recently acquired lime green Wonder Boy shaft. And I think it's a really good combo. It just has a STX butt on it, and then with some more East Coast dyes tape. But I think it's a really good combo. It's nice and light. The head's already amazingly light. The pocket has real good bag for how I play. I like to go one-handed a lot. Sometimes when I'm cradling two-handed, but I think it ended up pretty well. I did do a tutorial on how to do the sidewalls for my Nas X's if anybody's interested. It should be the one before this. But so that's my first Nas. Next up is Brady, and this is Irish themed. It's got 20 millimeter East Coast dyes Irish theme mesh in it that I got for my birthday from my girlfriend, and then I have the same exact pocket as the other Nas, and then it is on a Titan levitation, If you're not familiar with that shaft, go look it up. It's uh, supposed to be a lighter and stronger version of like the Titan Classic and Titan Pro, that sort of thing from Warrior. But I just like I always wanted one when I played in high school, and so I ended up getting one. This one just has my typical butt end, but it's got a Warrior butt on it, and then my typical tape job that I usually do on the butt, where it's a nice little stop, and then there's still the butt there, so that even if I go a little further, I still have a little bit of grip there with either one or two fingers. But yeah, this head really turned out great after my dye job with was it Kelly Green and Sunshine Orange for the bottom, and then I didn't have any regular orange string at the time, so I threw neon orange in there, and it ended up pretty good. So that's the third one. Next is my Evo TIX with a double traditional gold and black themed stringing. This is the colors of my old high school, and I kind of like to use this one to coach and whatnot. This head is a little beaten up. There's a lot of weird scratches on it and stuff, but I wish they had made more of these. I've only ever seen, including this one, 5 ever, so they didn't really make a whole lot of them. And then this is on a Warrior C31 platinum alloy, where it goes from gold up here, fades out into silver closer to the butt end, and then the butt end's kind of done the same way I usually do. I have a crisscross pattern tape job that I tend to do for like wet situations. This shaft is usually used in wetter conditions, so that's why I have it taped up like this. So that's that one. I think the double trad turned out really good. It's got a nice solid hold, and I think it just looks really nice. That's that one. Next up is my Razor Pro 2.0 with a rocket pocket in it. This is a really old head for me anyway. I had this one for the longest time, and it still got, like, you can just see how old and tattered this head is, as well as the stringing, and it still throws like it did the first day it was finally broken in. And this is on a Bird Woodworks shaft, and it's just a guy that I found on eBay that makes really nice wood shafts. They're not too heavy, they're not too light, and they're nice and solid. I think it was under 20. I think it was like $25 at most to buy it and ship it. So good quality shaft for a decent price. So he makes deep hole goalie and short shaft shorties, so attack and midfielders. Pretty sure if you guys gave him a certain measurement of how long you wanted it, he could do it for you. But I just ordered a regular attack shaft, and then that's got just a simple black rubber butt end over it, and then it's got my usual tape job that I tend to do on this type of butt end. Next is my GhostSeven from Tribe7 with black and white DMG mesh in it, and the mesh has been transferred from like 3 different heads. The dye job is a 2-color marble dye. It is yellow with black over top. Hopefully you can really see just how awesome it looks. And then it's got a nice face-off pocket in it. So yeah, I love this head. This is definitely my demonstration for face-off's head. I don't really face off anymore, but in order not to really mess up any of my other heads, I use this one for my demonstration purposes only. And then it's on a nice walnut wood shaft. I got this one in a trade, so I don't really know if anybody made it, who made it anyway. But same sort of deal with this butt end as the Birdwood works. Next is my Reebok 9K with my Patriot stringing, which is DMG, another set of DMG mesh with red, white, and blue. And I guess you could kind of say it's a Kyle Harrison replica. I just wanted to put a nylon with 2 U's in it. It felt like it worked. And if you ask me, it looks like it works. And it's just a nice simple setup for what I use. Shifty down, can go high and stay in the middle. And then that is on my STX Custom Alloy C405 shaft. This is a really old shaft. I had this one, I believe, since sophomore year of high school. So she's been through a pretty good beating. So this, I did not dye this head, but I can do this sort of dye. This is how 9Ks used to come. I don't even think they really make them like this anymore. You gotta kind of look to find them. And then that's got a royal blue warrior butt end with my usual tape job. And next is my Proton U. This head's usually on a D-pole because I tend to like to go D-pole to mess people up, but right now I have it on a shorty for no reason at all. This has South Shore Lax's mesh in it. Just a couple guys that decided to start making mesh. It is, I believe it's raw. The raw mesh that they use is StickDoctor.net's raw mesh, because it's definitely not Stringer Shack, and it's definitely not Jimalax. So that's the only thing I can think of that would actually make mesh of this quality. But strung up real nice. I did do this dye job. I hope you can see it. It's got a nice black kind of fade going, but with what's it called? Hot glue going through the inside of the scoop. And then it fades into black and then goes back into its base color of red. I did pinch this head a little bit to make the pinch go a little longer up the head, and it's still college legal, which is awesome. So it's a little bit more pinched, and it's still the same nice Proton strong head. And then it's on my old STX aluminum shaft that I got. I consider this shaft kind of like a collector's item because I don't think they're ever going to go back to making these types of shafts again. And this shaft's like from before I started playing, so. And the mesh strung up a little weird at first, but I eventually got the same exact pocket I had in it. So looks really good to me and throws real nice. The mesh is pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as like East Coast mesh or DMG or Throne, but if they work on it a little bit, it'd probably be pretty good. And last but not least of the weapons rack is my nice old X3 10-degree crankhead with its with a simple 10-degree shaft. It's not like titanium or anything fancy. It's just simple alloy. I forget what kind of alloy it is, but it has Jimalax in it, royal blue Jimalax, a little darker than royal is usually because of their application system. And I just kind of strung this one up for fun. I plan on selling or trading this one, the whole stick, not just the head or the shaft, but the whole stick, if anybody's interested. And I had one of these in high school, and I had, what was it? It was a white head with orange mesh and an orange shaft, and I could rip corners with that thing so well. I pretty much got the pocket down that I had when I was in high school that I had in it. I believe I gave the head away to a guy that had a 10-degree D-pole shaft because it is an X head, one of the X's, like the Excaliburs. So it's a real stiff, real strong head. It's not really good for face-offs. I people keep asking me, is it good for face-offs? Is it good for face-offs? Does that look like it's good for face-offs? It's stiff. As soon as it warps, it's not going back. Unless you boil it or bake it. But whatever. So that's also got a gate butt end. I think I only have 2 sticks that have this butt end in it anymore. I used to have all of my sticks with this butt end, but they're not exactly cheap butt ends. But so that is all of my sticks for my weapons rack that's behind me. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them or whatever. But before you ask any repetitive questions, I'm gonna say that this one is not for trader sale. My Nazes are not for trader sale. My GhostSeven is not for trader sale. My 9K is not for trader sale, and my Razor Pro is not for trader sale. My Evo TIX, I might trader sell it, but don't give me any cruddy offers. The only head that I'd probably trade this for is another Nas, just because I really like the Nas and it's almost the same exact face shape. And I don't know. We'll see. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any other kind of requests that you want me to do, go ahead and ask, please, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching, guys.